No particular reason, just because this is what I've chosen to do today. Would you mind identifying, please?
PC Dean.
Okay.
Code number 17920.
Thank you. And yourself?
Okay.
Why are you lot all coming out like this? You're making me feel nervous.
Because
like.
when people start filming outside of our police station, it tends to alert red flags. Okay?
For what reason?
Mainly for terrorism.
What begins as a man casually filming outside a police station suddenly gets framed as a potential terrorism concern. Notice how the officer doesn't directly accuse him but plants the idea, creating pressure without evidence. It's a subtle but powerful tactic that shifts the tone instantly and puts the cameraman on the defensive.
Potentially perform a terrorist attack, okay, and have it all on recording. So that's why we come down and we like to check to make sure why they are. So you asked me to identify myself.
Yeah, I'm not going to identify, no. No.
Why is that?
I'm not required to, I'm not committing any offence.
You're not required to because you're not committing any offence?
Yeah, absolutely.
However, you are in a public place.
Absolutely,
okay? Exactly. So under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act,
okay,
you could be required to identify yourself with name and address, or you could be arrested, okay, if your behaviour is believed to be
antisocial.
So
the officer introduces Section 50, hinting that the man could be forced to identify himself. But here's the key: this law only applies under specific conditions, and simply filming doesn't meet that threshold. You can see the attempt to turn a lawful activity into something suspicious, while the cameraman calmly pushes back with logic and clarity.
My name. I wouldn't suggest using the Section 50 power. You would have to prove that I'm behaving antisocially, causing members of the public harassment, alarm, and... Okay, so how's my behaviour?
If you're filming and the fact that you're standing outside, there's a member of the public to walk past and feel completely distressed by the fact that you...
How would they feel distressed by that? Am I engaging anyone else? I'm just here filming you.
You walk past...
what are we doing? And are you going to nick me now, are you?
What I'm going to do is ask you to move on, sir.
I'm not going to move on, I'm in a public place.
At the moment...
The officer now claims the area isn't public space, which completely shifts the argument. The cameraman challenges this confidently, exposing cracks in the officer's reasoning. This moment is crucial because it shows the power of knowing your rights, and how quickly authority can be questioned when the facts don't line up.
So there's your yellow lines.
No. You're talking nonsense, mate. You're talking rubbish. And there you are, mate. You're trying to flex jurisdiction. Let's just pack it in. Yes, you are. I will carry on filming. No, I'm not going to step there. So we've got Section 50, and now we're talking about private land. What's next?
So I'm correct in what I'm telling you.
No, you're just flexing unnecessarily. Yes, you are.
Flex unnecessarily. You're not an issue to me. 179.
All right, I'm not an issue. No worries.
You are not an issue to me.
Good.
I have no reason to flex to you.
Good.
You are not that much of an issue.
Good. Then there should be no reason. There should be no concerns about me filming. Then if that's the case.
Well, generally there is concerns.
Well, you just said that I'm not an issue to you.
You're not an issue for me to flex. That means I'm not bothered by you. You're not big, high and mighty, okay?
Okay. It's not about me, it's about you. This is about your ego, not about mine. Not about your... Yeah, of course it is.
Your ego needs to be approved and swept and fucking stroked because you're standing...
Did you just swear?
Because, yeah, I did just swear.
So you just...
in a public place.
Of course you're in a public place. You just committed Section 5.
I'm not in a public place.
Hold on. Dean, bruh. Pack it in, mate. Pack it in, mate. Pack it in, mate. Mate, pack it in right now. Don't swear again. We're all in a public place. This is all public.
Private.
This is all public. This is all publicly accessible. Show me where the boundary is that denotes public and private. No, double yellow line doesn't denote private property. Dean, mate, you're digging yourself a hole. You're digging yourself a hole. You just swore. You started with Section 50. Then you're saying private property. Even if this was private property, it's a civil matter. This is publicly accessible. This isn't private property anyway.
This is private
mate. This has not been good. Mate, this ain't good.
Okay.
Why are you swearing? Can I swear? Can I use the F word?
You can swear if you want to.
So I can say fuck, yeah?
Congratulations.
Fuck. Yeah, no, I feel good, yeah.
Just we're carrying through, we're going to pay.
And you did swear in a public place.
Private.
This ain't private, mate. No, it's not.
Yes.
You're making yourself look ridiculous. Just go back inside, mate. Alright.
You have to take a pinch of common sense.
I don't have to take a pinch of nothing. I don't have to take any advice from any of you. I'm in a public place filming, which is lawful. And you've tried to threaten me.
this is what I'm
Yeah, you
trying
have.
to say
Yes,
with
you
common
have.
sense.
You haven't educated me. I'm educating you right now. Go on.
Like, with you standing so close to the entrance.
I'm not obstructing you, am I?
No, but you need to listen. With you standing so close to an entrance, filming, that poses security questions for us, okay? There are people who wish to do the police harm.
Okay, I'm not one of those.
Okay, but we don't know that, do we?
Well, you have to go based on what you do know.
You haven't identified yourself, so
I don't
we have
need to.
treat you as an unknown risk, so we don't know.
Why am
Emotions take over as the officer begins to lose composure, even swearing in the process. The cameraman calls it out instantly, flipping the pressure back. What started as authority-driven control now looks shaky, with contradictions stacking up. This is the turning point where the balance of control clearly shifts.
Cars coming in and out.
marked cars that are paid for by the taxpayer? I've got every right to film them.
Right next to where gate opens in and out. Like I said, you're an unknown risk. You've got a bag. We don't know what you've got on you. You could run in. You could have something on you that we don't know.
Yeah, well,
so that's why.
I mean, there's lots of members of the public that have stuff on them that you don't know.
I know, but they're not.
Are they all unknown risks as well? Yeah, well, I can be here.
Everyone's an unknown risk.
Everyone's an unknown risk. We don't live in a police state where everyone's an unknown risk and you're constantly doing surveillance. What sort of you lot have been brainwashed or something? I'm just a member of the public. Chill out. We're not all unknown risks. What are they teaching you in training? Unknown risk. Is this a police state? Do you have to spy on each other? All like we all have to like snitch on each other? What's going on here? Like, what is going on here?
So we have to manage risk. So we always have to manage risk, and that's why we have to do unknown risk and known risk. So anything that we don't know is unknown to us, so we have to treat it with an element of caution.
Okay.
Yeah? That's fair to say, isn't it? That's a common sense approach to this. And because we don't know you, you've not identified yourself with us, we don't know the risks that you pose.
Would you identify yourself?
Yeah, I'm PC Cook,
okay.
1654.
Sure.
Yeah? And I'm just talking to you like I would to anybody else.
Alright.
And that's the point I'm trying to impress to you today, sir, that's all.
Okay, now what?
Well, like my colleague said, because we don't know you, we don't know the risks, we are going to just ask you to move on to the public point.
This is public here. I guarantee you 100% this is public here.
But with your proximity.
And even if it was private, this is publicly accessible. Look. Just for some context, right? He's saying this yellow line denotes where it's public, where it's private. So how could this possibly be private property? Even let's say hypothetically it was private property, yeah? Who owns this property? Does the Met Police own this property, or would they hypothetically lease the property?
Owns this property.
No, they don't.
Council.
Okay, right. So who pays for the council? How's the council funded? I'm pretty sure this is leased anyway. I'm pretty sure the Met don't own this.
This was gifted to us.
You know that for a fact, do you? Well, you got flowers on your radio.
Why not?
That's asking why.
If you went into a shop and they had a counter with no barriers either side, you would know that
that shop's not paid for by the taxpayer.
So that behind that kiosk area, even though you can access it, is an inaccessible point. That's another common sense approach. So you can see that from there to here, and then this bit here, common sense will dictate that this is not a public part of the domain. Yeah? Okay,
well this is all paid for by tax money, so.
But you have to you understand why we're talking.
You understand how like fiscal policy works. So the government tax, and then they spend on public services, and this is that. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a fiscal policy. It's the economic policy, right? So it dictates how spending and taxation works.
Okay, I'm not here for a lesson. I'm just trying to talk to you.
Right. And I'm just trying to explain to you
as a person, from a person to a person, why we are managing the risk of somebody standing by the entrance that's constantly used to a police station.
Okay, have I satisfied that I'm not a risk?
Well, no. Because
all right. Well, how are you going to satisfy it then?
Well, we're just
remember, everything I'm doing right now is perfectly legal. So just remember that, and it's not antisocial. Well, why did you backpedal on that?
I didn't backpedal.
Yeah, you did. But why are you not nicking me under Section 50 then?
Because I don't have reasons to.
Okay.
I'm trying to approach you common sense. I don't like to unnecessarily criminalise people.
Oh, thank you. Good.
Me and my colleague have tried to appeal to your common sense nature, but clearly.
Good. I'm happy that you're not. I'm happy that you're not criminalising people. That's good. You know of any officers doing stuff like that?
Do I know of any officers unnecessary criminal?
Yeah. Never heard of that. Right. Good. Why? How you swore in a public place as well?
I didn't swear.
Yeah, you did.
I did not. And if that has offended you, then I do apologise, but I did not swear in a public place.
You did. You said the F word. I've got it on camera.
I swore, but I'm not in a public place.
All right.
The argument shifts to labeling the cameraman as an unknown risk, but that vague reasoning gets dismantled piece by piece. The officers struggle to justify their stance, while the cameraman remains calm and consistent. In the end, it highlights how easily authority can overreach when challenged with knowledge. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.